Hello and welcome. So today's video is literally cursed, so if you're seeing this I will be so shocked. But I'm going to be doing a fun little 24-hour readathon. Because I read quite slowly, I'm struggling not to just put out sit down video after sit down video. So I have been determined to film a 24-hour readathon this week, and everything has been trying to stop me. It's currently, I think, nearly 3:30. I was supposed to start this around 8 or 9 in the morning, and then once the complications started occurring, I thought, okay, I probably won't be able to start till 12. It's 3:30. Then do you want to know what else happened? My mum suddenly needs someone to go with her to her friend's wedding, well, her friend's daughter's wedding tonight. So that's like 5 hours of my day gone as well. The reason I have to go with her is because she doesn't know a single other person, and no one else that she's friends with is free to go with her because she gets a +1 because she doesn't know anyone else. And I don't know anyone except her, and these social situations like that literally make me want to bawl and sob, and I'm on the verge of it already today, so but I'm gonna start it because I need to have some fun videos. I love filming them, I just hate the editing and uploading process. The reason today has been so cursed is because I filmed a video yesterday because I'm filming the start of this readathon on Friday, which is my upload day. I was too lazy to edit it last night, so I had to wake up early to edit it today, and I thought it was going to take me maybe another hour. It took me 2. And then to export it, it took another 2 hours, and now I'm trying to upload it and it's not uploading. So it said it was going to be an hour and 45 minutes. I was like, okay, I won't be able to start till like 1. Oh well. Then I came back after another hour and it was on the same time. It was on the same time. So then I came back after another hour and then it only said 45 minutes. I was like, okay, it's going. And now it's been stuck on 28 minutes for over an hour. And I'm this close. Because I can't free up storage to film this video until that video uploads. So I need that video because I do everything on my phone, because do you think I have the money to be buying a camera? And my laptop is like has no storage left and it's way too old to ever even edit on that, let alone upload a video. So I do it all on my phone and it's been working well until now. And so I've decided I've still got 10 gigabytes left of storage, so I'm just going to film as much as I can, and hopefully by that point the video would have uploaded and I can delete everything again. So I don't know why these videos take so long, but I just, in between filming, I obviously delete all of the footage that's taking up like 20 gigs on my phone, and I delete my editing apps which take up a lot of gigabytes, and then I sometimes delete YouTube Studio depending on how much storage that's taking up, and usually it works. But anyway, I'm rambling. This clip is probably already too long and I'm probably going to run out of storage, so I need to get a move on. The first book I'm going to be reading is Atmosphere, because this is my current read and I'm already 162 pages in, which is roughly like 40 or 50%. I was only on page 60 this morning, so I could have got so many more reactions if my video decided to upload quicker. And I'm also disappointed that I didn't get to film me reading this because I've already cried about 10 times, so there is streaks on my makeup, but I just didn't even bother fixing it because I know I'm about to sob even more whilst I read this. Genuinely, I don't say this lightly, this is already a 5-star and I'm pretty sure it's going to be my favourite book of the year. Like, that's how serious, and I'm only halfway through. It's just, like, I could cry thinking about it now. If I had to describe this book in one word, it would just be, like, magnificent. Let me give a quick blurb so you understand where I'm coming from. So Joan is our female main character. Well, main character, I don't know why I added that in. I'm so used to talking about romanticities where there's love interest. Anyway, our main character, and she is an astrophysicist, I think, and she adores the stars and she adores space, and it's been something that she's had a deep passion for since she was a young girl. And this is set in the 80s, and she's NASA finally starts hiring female astronauts. So she doesn't get in the first time, but she does get in the second time. And it follows her and meeting all of her friends and joining this NASA course and becoming one of the first female astronauts. That sounds simple, but in the first chapter, I don't want to like spoil it, even though yes, it's in the first chapter, but something happens and then you go back to the past of her enrolling in this program. It's been so deeply touching to read, because you see sad things happen to these characters, but then you see them before when everything was okay, and you see them grow to love each other and build these relationships, and then you get the harsh reality of, oh, actually everything's not okay, and it just hurts so much more. Also, recently a close family friend passed away, and his story mirrors someone's story in this slightly, so it's been even harder to read that. But I also feel like it's very therapeutic. Like, it's not triggering me, but it's just hitting a lot harder than I think it would have if I was just reading a book that I didn't relate to at all. I think I've truly picked this up at the right time. This is like beyond 5 stars for me. It's solidified Taylor Jenkins Reid as my favourite author because I already have 2 god tier books by her. And honestly, the more I think about Carrie Soto is Back, that's like potentially another god tier I'd have to reread. So that's all fantastic, but what's really hitting me is Joan. As a character, I adore her, and her creativity and her passion is something I relate to so heavily. And so paired with Taylor Jenkins Reid's incredible writing, she is just writing feelings like they've been pulled out from my brain, and she's writing them so beautifully that they hit so much harder. And I've literally been sobbing reading simple scenes about Joan talking to her niece because of how you can feel her joy and passion for space and for stars come through the page. And it's so touching and it's so remarkable, and I feel like everyone needs to read this. There's also a love story is being hinted at, and it's only barely started where I'm at, but I have a feeling, especially because it's set in the 80s when this sort of love was not well, it was common, but it wasn't accepted. I feel like it's going to hit so hard as well. So that's why I'm so mad that I've not been filming all day, because I've been crying and having such good reactions and wanting to document my reading process, and I just can't. So I'm going to put some photos up on the screen of some of my favourite quotes so far that are as non-spoilery as possible, but they're just so... Taylor Jenkins Reid can just really write, and I admire her, and I hope that I can put pen to paper and create the same feeling of joy and passion for something that she can. And the fact that she's not an astronaut just baffles me, and she did the same thing to me for tennis in Carrie Soto is Back. Like, the research she puts into this book and the love, and just you can see the dedication she puts into her novels, and that is why she's my favourite author. So this is first on the list. The other book that I hope to start and complete is The Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde. As I've mentioned a few times on my channel, I've got a lot of reading for my English lit coursework, and I've also been wanting to embark on my journey into classics as well. And I've heard this is the most accessible one, and this is also most likely going to be one that I write about, so I may as well start with it because there's a very high likelihood that I'm going to end up using it. But I've been kind of slowly building up my collection of classics and modern classics and literary fiction, and so I've got a little pile on my desk in case I stay in this mood after I finish it. But I have a feeling after reading Atmosphere, which is going to destroy me, this, which is a classic and uses a lot of brain power, I do think I'm going to just be picking something up on my Kindle afterwards, either a romance or a fantasy that I can just get lost in. I might pick up Valor by John Gwynne because I recently finished Malice and I love that. I gave it 4 stars. So those are kind of like the reading plans, but I never stick to a TBR, so who knows what I'm going to be reading. All I know is I'm definitely finishing Atmosphere. Probably not today because I'm busy, even though I'm supposed to be doing a 24-hour readathon. But I will definitely be finishing Atmosphere within the next 24 hours. My plan is to just use a timer, and I'm not going to stop it every time I'm not reading, but like if I go to sleep or if I have an extended break, I will stop it. Like if I just go and get a drink, I'm just going to leave it on. But I do want it to be true to 24 hours. I have to be done by Sunday night, but I have a few things on Sundays, so I really want to be finished tomorrow. So sorry for the negative start to this vlog. I'm gonna hopefully just get this video uploaded and then all pressure will be off my back and I can just relax. You better like the video. It's the fantasy recommendations video that I just put up. Once that's done, I will be calm, I will be able to film some fun B-roll, and I will be in the creative mindset to make this video as fun and entertaining as possible. So wish me luck. Okay, it's a lot later now. It's like, I think nearly 9 o'clock. And I did end up having to go to that wedding event with my mum. So I only got 50 minutes of reading time today when I was supposed to get 12. But in those 15 minutes, I just read loads more of this and I'm literally flying through it. It's so stunning. I'm falling even more in love with it. There is so many stunning quotes. So the readathon has basically ended up, it's going to be Saturday and Sunday now, which was not the plans. I have stuff to do on Sunday, but anything for a video, I guess. No, I do enjoy filming these. It's just today has gone off to a really stressful start. My video is finally uploading again. It's like stopped glitching, but it was supposed to go up at 6 p.m. and it's currently nearly 9. So much for being on time and having a upload schedule. Anyways, I'm basically just going to read all night now. Not all night because I want to wake up early, so I want to have at least like 5 hours of sleep, but I'll probably stay up until like 1 or 2. I'm just going to either straight read or have like TV on in the background whilst I read to just chill and de-stress myself, because today, if you can't tell by my horrendous mood, has not gone well for me. I basically wasted it all on a video that should have been done in 2 or 3 hours. So anyway, let's get back to reading. Not doing well, guys. I actually can't with this book. I can't. I've basically cried every single page that I've read, and most of them are quite mundane. They're not even about anything remotely sad, and I'm still crying. It's just such a good book. Okay, it's just gone 10 o'clock, I think. Yeah, 10 past 10, and I was getting a bit peckish, so I'm gonna have a cheeky bowl of cereal to refuel myself, and I'm taking a little break. So I have paused the timer, even though it's only gonna be like 15 minutes, and I said I wasn't gonna pause it for short breaks. Oh well, I want this timer to be as accurate as possible. Okay, don't kill me. The lighting was simply too bad otherwise. So I just did my skincare and like fully got ready for bed, as you would have seen. And now I'm deciding, do I continue atmosphere or read on my Kindle? Because I'm kind of struggling to read in the light in here, and like I don't have any other lamp, and I also want to be able to film my reaction to the ending of this properly, like in good lighting. I don't want to have the flash on all night because that's just not good. But then I definitely have to read Dorian Gray, so if I start a Kindle book tonight, I'll most likely only read it tonight and then a bit tomorrow. Oh, you know what? I reckon I will. I think I'm going to start a book on my Kindle. Let's have a little peruse. Okay, so it's already on my TBR section. Let's go to the top. So we do have a Valor, which I'm thinking about, but do I want to start high fantasy at 11 p.m? No. One Golden Summer I would love to read, but I've not read Every Summer After yet, so I feel like I should wait for that. Oh, I did not click that book. A 7-Year Slip is a good option though. A novel love story is also a good option. Maybe I should do romance. Just for the summer, I've got some bangers on here. Let me just check like my straight up unread books. Oh, I've got one in Rome. There's too many good options. This is what I hate about my Kindle. Malibu Rising, if I'm in a TJR mood. There's too many good options here. I don't know how I'm supposed to choose. I'll get back to you and let you know. Been half an hour and I'm already getting sleepy. This can't be happening. I wanted to stay up until 1 at least, and I'm already getting tired. I think I'm gonna sit up properly and I'm gonna put something on to watch in the background to like stimulate my ears so that I don't get as tired. Okay, so it's 8:30. I only just woke up, which is annoying. I wanted to wake up a bit earlier, but I'm gonna read more of like my Kindle book whilst I relax in bed and kind of wake myself up, and then I'll kind of get ready for the morning and go back to atmosphere. So mad right now. This character has been kind of annoying the whole book, but as it goes on, she just gets worse and worse and worse, and I'm actually so done with her. The main character has given up trying to explain why this character is wrong and everything, and I just wish she would have a fat go at her and be like, you did this, you did this, you did this, you did this, you can't blah blah blah, you're not always right. Because this side character, she just thinks she's right all of the time and she can never see anything from a different perspective. And she has a child. She's a child that she's not looking after, and she doesn't think she's doing anything wrong, and it's so annoying. But on other news, I'm on page 274 right now, so I'm really not that far from the end because it's only 330 pages, so I've basically got 50 pages left in my eyes, even though that's probably not the right math. But I don't know how much time I've got left because I accidentally left my timer on and then I woke up at like 3 in the morning, it was still going, so I paused it then. The last time I remember seeing it was 21 hours and 40 minutes. So I read for 40 minutes before breakfast, so I know I'm at 21 hours. And then I started like counting in my head again from 10. So once it's 12, I'll turn the timer back on. Yeah, because it's at 18 hours right now. So I don't know exactly how many hours I've got left, but I'm sure we'll know soon. Guys, I actually love this book. Guys, the cutest scene ever just happened. And like, it's a sad scene because someone's upset, but the other character's comforting them, and it's my favourite thing ever. As you can see by those clips, I have finished Atmosphere. It was a very teary ending, but that made it even better to me. So this is definitely a 5-star book. I'll do like a full roundup of all my thoughts on every book I've read at the end of the video, but at the moment it's a solid 5-star. We'll see if it becomes God tier. I definitely think I preferred the first half slightly, but for both halves were perfect for their own reasons, but they were two very different journeys. And I think I related more to the first half, which makes sense if you've read the book. I related more to that, so it spoke a bit more to me. The second half, I could still appreciate how beautiful it was. And obviously I was sobbing, like it's a 5-star novel. I love this book and I think everyone needs to read it. It's just, it's so perfect. Guys, I didn't think she could get better than Daisy Jones and the Six. I truly didn't think so. That book will always be perfect to me, but Atmosphere. And even when I think about it, Carrie Soto is back. What a stunning book. Like, I read that in 2 days as well. That's also what I love about Taylor Jenkins Reid. She writes a short book, but it packs a punch. I've not read Malibu Rising yet, so I do need to read that. And I've only read One True Loves. There's another one of her really old novels that I've not read. I've not heard the best reviews, to be honest. I don't know when I'll read it, but I definitely need to read Malibu Rising soon. It's only like 11. I finished it a lot quicker than I thought I would, so I'm just gonna have a quick 10-minute break and then read until 12, and then I'll start the timer again. And it's at 18 hours right now, which is why I wanted to leave it, because last I saw I was on like 21. Oh wait, if it's at 18 hours then I need to not start it till 1, guys. Maths is not my strong suit. So I'm gonna have a quick break, get a snack, maybe freshen myself up because I look ghastly right now, and then just carry on finishing the favourites because it says I've got about 5 hours left of that, and then I'll finally start The Picture of Dorian Gray, which, to be honest, I'm not that excited for. I'm not sure how much I'm going to love it, but it needs to get read, and I thought I may as well just do a 24-hour readathon and get it out of the way. Okay, so I actually don't know the time. It's 1:14 and I've started the timer again, so I've got 17 hours and 52 minutes left, which feels like a lot considering how much reading I've already done. I'm 50% of the way through the favourites, and I'm really enjoying it. I do think I had extra high expectations because I've seen everyone going, oh, it's a 5-star, oh, it's 4.5 star. Right now for me, solid 4-star. It was feeling like a 3.5 for a while, but I definitely think it's gotten its way to 4-star. 4-star for me is something I really loved and I would recommend to everyone. It is a outstanding book. It's not just good and fun and I enjoyed it, it's outstanding. So 3.5 to 3 stars are usually just books that I enjoy and would recommend. Whereas 4-star books are like, wow, that was good. Like, I would heavily recommend them. 5 stars, like, perfect. There's nothing wrong with this book. It's one of my new fave books ever. Atmosphere is a rare find for me. A 5-star read does not come across that very often. I think I've maybe had 1 or 2 this year on the whole, and this is my second or third. But the favourites, I'm really, really enjoying it because I was expecting it to be like a 5-star life-changing book from the reviews I heard. It's not that, but it's so addictive. Like, I never read books this fast. I thought I was going to read maybe 2 books in this readathon, maybe 3 if I was lucky. But I've still got 17 hours left and it says I've only got 3 hours left in this book, and it's not going to take me 14 hours to read The Picture of Dorian Gray. So it looks like I'm going to be able to start a 4th, which is fun. But I'm loving it. To give a brief synopsis, it's about, I literally turned this book off 2 minutes ago and I can't remember their names. And Kat, there you go. There you go. So Kat and Heath are best friends and they're skating partners from when they first started skating. It follows their skating career and it's very toxic. It's very, like, I thought I might get From Luke Off With Love vibes, and I do slightly, but not really. Like, it's very different and it's so fun to read about. I think ice skating, like, if I could be an athlete, that would be in like my top 3 sports, would be specifically pairs figure skating, because I just think it's so stunning. Anyway, I literally this morning whilst I was eating my breakfast, I watched some of my favourite pairs skating performances. It was so funny. But I'm loving that. I'm 50% of the way through and it says I've got about 3 hours left, which sounds good. I still haven't really gotten ready for the day because I've just been rotting and reading on the sofa, so it's not really been the best look for me, but I'm just gonna have to film it because I'm not doing makeup, but I do want to like shower and freshen up and everything, so I'm gonna go do that quick and then get straight back to reading. I'm all refreshed. I look even worse than before, but I needed my hair out my face and I wanted to be in comfy clothes, so I feel clean, I feel good. I'm ready to lock back in. We've been reading for 6.5 hours total, so that means we have 17.5 hours left, which I feel like I've been reading for ages, these, like last night and this morning, and what do you mean I've still got 17.5 hours? So the book's going well. I'm over 50% of it now, and I'm hoping to just finish it now in one sitting and see what my thoughts are. Okay, so I finished The Favourites by Lane Fargo. I do think I'm going to give it 4 stars, but again, I'll talk about my thoughts properly at the end. As you saw, I started Picture of Dorian Gray. I'm only 14 pages in, so I really don't have many thoughts yet. The first thing I will say is that I disagree with a lot of the ethos of this book, that like art doesn't really have any meaning. So I'm going to find it so interesting to read it, but because I disagree with it, that doesn't mean I don't like the book. I'm still enjoying it. But it's just interesting to see other points of view, and obviously we know Oscar Wilde believed that art was just pretty and nothing else. But it's just interesting to actually read it like in the flesh. So it's going to be interesting. It's only 200 pages, like it's only a few pages over 200. So this should, in theory, not take me that long to read. However, it is a classic and it might be quite dense, so I'm giving myself a bit of grace if it takes a while, but I'll definitely finish it before the readathon's over. And I don't know what I'm going to read after this because I'm not too sure if I still want to read Valor. So yeah, I just feel like once finishing a classic and two books that had, well, Atmosphere was definitely emotionally heavy. The Favourites was quite mindless, but I just have a feeling after reading this I'm going to want something that's chill and fun. And Valor will probably be quite dense in the beginning, so we'll have to see what mood strikes me, but at the moment I'm reading this. Okay, so I just took a quick break to have dinner, and whilst I was eating I got a beautiful little package in the mail. Not very little. I've not ordered book mail, like open book mail, in so long. The video I went where I went book shopping, that was the first time I bought books in months. And I do just love opening a package, so let's go for it. Okay, so first we have The Complete Short Stories by Clarice Lispector. I just got into watching Leah from Lover of Pages recently, and her kind of taste in literary fiction and modern classics and classics is quite similar to mine. So I've been getting some recommendations from her, and she loves Clarice Lispector. And I tried to find some novels by her when I was book shopping in that little vlog I did, but there wasn't any in shops. So I ordered this because Leah also said that this was a really good place to start with Clarice. So I thought, why not give her a try? And then the next book I'm very excited for, Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil by V. Schwab. So I read Vicious by her, and I own the Shades of Magic trilogy. And I also have started The Invisible Life of Adler in the past, and I've been obsessed with it. But I was in a reading slump, so I stopped reading it because I didn't want to, not tinge, but like darken. I don't know what the word is, but like kind of ruin my experience with that book. But I've been seeing this and it's been getting glowing reviews, so I thought I may as well just buy it. I don't think I'm going to read it until October though, because vampires and like gothic vibes just sound like they need to be read in October. But I just couldn't resist. It was half price on Amazon and I was just like, I may as well. So that's my little book haul. Two very different books, but I'm excited for both of them nonetheless. Apart from that, I'm just going to get back into reading for the night. It's around 6:15, so we've got quite a few hours to knock out before I go to bed. I do want to stay up late again tonight just because I want to make sure this readathon is definitely finished tomorrow, and I've still got 14 hours left. So I have been reading for 10 hours, but that's still 14 more that I need to get done. I have been impressed with how fast I've been reading though. Like normally I only read 2 to 3 books during a readathon, but I'm already on my third. I mean, I did technically Atmosphere I started and I was halfway through it, so fair enough. But even the favourites, like that would normally take me upwards of 6 hours to read, and I feel like it did not take that long. I could be wrong. It's just, this readathon is just flying by and I'm loving it. I do fear that what I predicted is happening. I'm only on page 86 and it's been 3 hours. 3 hours. I mean, maybe it hasn't, but I'm pretty sure when I updated you about starting this, it had been 15.5 hours, and now it's 12.5 hours left of the readathon. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm enjoying it, and the time is flying by. Like, it does not feel like it's been 3 hours, but I've only read 86 pages. So I'm gonna finish it because I need to finish it for the readathon, and hopefully I can just read this part faster. But I don't know why it's taking me so long. I've not been annotating it that much, but the text is small and it's quite a dense book, but I'm also not in, like, I'm gonna give this probably a 3 stars. Like, I enjoy classics. This is just not one of them so far, and I so thought I would because it's so well beloved, but it's not my fave right now, and I'm scared. So it's 213 pages or something like that. 200. I keep checking the last page number, and then every time I forget and a random number pops into my brain, so I'm just gonna go with that. But hopefully I'll finish it before I go to bed. Like, I just want to finish it, but it's just annoying because then I know it's not a true reflection of how much I can read in 24 hours. It's just that I happened to pick a dense and slow book, but I needed to get it done, so no time like the present. Wish me luck, guys. I know the lighting's bad, but it looks even worse with the flash, so I hope the cozy vibes are just good enough for the lack of quality. I am on page 122 of the Picture of Dorian Gray, and I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying my experience. I can see the discussions put forward by this book. I'm just not entirely sure that I agree with some of the stuff being... It's not that I don't agree, because it's hard to voice and articulate my thoughts, so I'll try and be brief, but I'm not too sure that right now I'm in the mood to be reading this, and that's affecting my enjoyment of it, because I love a book that discusses morality and discusses the meaning of life and the meaning of art. But I feel like from what I've read so far, unless I'm grossly misinterpreting it, it feels like the opposing view is too strong at the moment. We hear a lot about how art has no worth, how the only important thing in life is to be beautiful and to look good, and it's like, oh, intelligent people are ugly, intelligence is a waste, people who are thoughtless and shallow are the best fun to be. Like, that's kind of the message of what I know it's not going to be by the end, but for the majority of this book, that's the message of it. And I know Oscar Wilde had like the view of art for art's sake, like art didn't always have to be political, and I don't agree with that, but I know that's in this, and I know that's going to be his message. But all the other stuff I feel like should be combated more. Sorry, I just ran out of storage, and I fear I've still got 11 hours left of this readathon, so I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I can deal with that problem tomorrow. Anyway, so yeah, I'm over halfway through this, and I'm gonna finish this before I fall asleep tonight. Hopefully I can start another book as well, but it depends how long this takes, because it's taking me so long to read. I don't know why. It doesn't feel like a slog when I'm reading it. Like, the time flies by, but then I'll check the timer and it's been 2 hours, and I'm only on page 100. Well, it's been like nearly 4 hours at this point, and I'm on page 122. Like, I don't know what's going on. That's the plan. I'm ready for bed now, so I'm just gonna get in. It's only, yeah, it's 9:30, so I've got a lot of hours before I will actually fall asleep. So I'm gonna finish this and start another book, and then I'll update you in the morning. I'm currently reading like kind of the end of chapter 11, but honestly this whole chapter, and it is the most boring thing I have ever read in my entire life. I feel like there's an artistic point to this, but I'm not getting it, because it is basically just an entire list of all the things that Dorian Gray collects, or objects he finds interesting, or subjects so it'll be a paragraph about all the jewels he found, and then a paragraph about all the musical instruments he collected, and it just describes them and where they're from, and it's for the whole chapter, and it is so insanely boring, because like I flicked ahead and it just looks like it's the same thing over and over again, and I just don't want to get it. But it's only like 10 more pages, and then I think the next chapter is back to an actual narrative. But why is this in here? It better have some like astounding purpose, because I feel so dumb. This classic is so well loved, and it's just 3-star vibes to me, which is still good. Like, I'm not hating it. I've managed to read this much, even though it's taken me hours. But if I hated it, it would have taken me longer, because I would have put it off. So I'm still reading it, but I'm just like, what are people seeing that I'm not? It was like just gone past midnight, and I finally finished The Picture of Dorian Gray. I won't lie, the ending got even worse. Like, it just got even more boring. But not boring, like, I'm still decided. I gave it 3 stars on Goodreads, but it might even be a 2. And I wanted to love this so bad, so I don't get why I don't. And I don't get why I can't see it, because I love classics and I love analysing literature, so I don't get what I'm not seeing in this. Maybe it was a mistake to try and read it all in one day. It took me over 6 hours, and it's 200 pages. I still can't believe that. Like, I felt like I was reading at my normal pace, and the time felt like it was going normally, and then I'd look and it had been 3 hours, and I'd read 90 pages, if that. Anyway, I'm getting really sleepy, so I am just going to go to bed now, and then in the morning I'll pick up my next book and we'll finish off the readathon. Known Men. In fact, let me see where we're at on the timer first, because that's always a good place to update. 7 hours left, not long now. I accidentally deleted the timer, but I was deleting it because I pressed cancel instead of resume, so I know exactly how much time was left. So I just started it from 9 hours. But yeah, 7 hours left. I'm on page 100 of I Who Have Never Known Men, and I am eating this up. Not in a way that's like I'm loving what's going on, but it is just fascinating, and I just need to know how it's going to end. Like, I need to know the ending so bad. I thought this was going to be way more about like social commentary, and like it is a social commentary in and of itself. So there's been a lot going on, but I feel like there's actually been so much plot, which I was not expecting, and it's so thrilling. And it's only been 100 pages and so much has already happened. It starts with an ending of some sort, so you know kind of what's going to happen, but you don't know answers to anything, and it is so fascinating. I just love it. I'm hooked. 100 pages in, I think this book is like 160 pages overall, maybe 180, nearly 200 pages. So I've got a while left, but I reckon I'll be done by the 5-hour mark, and then hopefully I can just read as much as possible of another book. I don't think I'll finish any more books. I'll finish 3, which is insane for me, so I'm quite proud of myself. But I'm kind of stressed because I need to finish editing and exporting this whole 24-hour readathon tonight. Like, I'm going away on holiday in the morning, so not only will I be probably staying up until like 11 or 12 to finish the readathon, then I have to finish editing the whole video. So I'm just going to give you my overall thoughts on the first 2 books I finished now, so that I only have to update you on this and whatever book else I read later when there's poor lighting and everything. Atmosphere, 100% of 5 stars. 100, like, genuinely, I need to sit on it a bit longer to see if it's like a favorite of all time, but I honestly think it is. That book changed me. Reading the first half of that book, I wish I was able to film it, but it was when my video was messing up, which is why I started this readathon halfway through the book, because I couldn't resist reading it, but I couldn't film it, so I just had to film it. But it's fascinating. It's about, I think I already gave a synopsis, so I'll give a short one. It's about Joan, who is one of the first women to join NASA as an astronaut. It's when they open their applications to women, and you follow her experience. And it is genuinely life-changing. Like, her passion for space made me want to get on a spaceship. It's crazy. Like, I don't get it. Taylor Jenkins Reid has this talent where she writes extremely strong female main characters that have such burning desires for what they want to accomplish that the reader can't help but feel it too. When I was reading Carrie Soto's Back, I wanted to be a tennis player. I felt so strongly about tennis. When I was reading Daisy Jones and the Six, I was like, wow, music. Like, it's insane. And Atmosphere was no different. I was like, wow, the world is magnificent. And truly, just the commentary on the world and us as people and our connection to God was so good in that book. So I just had to give it 5 stars. Like, it was just fantastic. Dorian Gray, I've settled on 3 stars. I really don't know how I feel about that book. I think it's throwing me off that it's so beloved, and that so many readers who I trust have given it 5 stars, and I just do not feel a connection to it in any way. I think it probably was slightly because I was reading it when I wasn't in the mood, and I was trying to read it all in one day, and I was conscious of the time, because it took me like 8 or 9 hours to read that book, and it's 200 pages. The time flew by, which is good. Like, I didn't feel like it was a slog to get through. I was just like, this book feels never ending. It felt like I've read 500 pages, not 200. I'm giving it 3 stars. I liked the message of it, but I feel like the message is only evident at the end, so you spend the whole book with the main character that has a mindset that I disagree with, so it was just interesting. It was very interesting, so I gave that 3 stars. This I'm loving. If I had to predict, I would right now I'd be giving it 4 stars, but I've still got like half the book, so we'll see how it goes. I just finished I Who Have Never Known Men, and this is such an interesting one. I have no idea what I'm going to rate it. Definitely 4 stars or above, but I don't know where in the 4-star to 5-star range it's going to be. This is such a fascinating novel. It's also the first like truly like speculative literary fiction novel I've ever read. I don't know if this is the best place to start, but it's definitely really piqued my interest. It's just, It's so hard to explain. Sorry, my window's open, by the way. I did not think to shut that, but I'm not getting up to close it now. I really enjoyed this overall. I really loved it, and I think it's a novel that everyone should read because I want to talk to people about it. But it's 6:30 and I've got just over 5 hours left on the timer. So I'm gonna hop in the shower, wash my hair and do my skincare and everything. Then I'm gonna get cozy in bed and I'm just gonna read until the timer goes off because I don't know what book I'm gonna pick yet, but I think it will be a Kindle book and I'm just gonna sit there and I'm choosing an easy book, so I don't think I'll be reading Valor and I won't be reading any other literary fiction or classics in this vlog. It's either gonna be a romance or a fantasy. And I'm just gonna relax and just read and be peaceful and then stress and try and edit this video with no sleep. I was just thinking, I don't know what I'm gonna watch whilst I do my skincare and stuff. Look what I just saw. A new Lover... Oh, that's mean. A brand new Lover of Pages video. Okay, my hair's still wet, so just ignore that. But as you can see, I picked up Problematic Summer Romance on my Kindle. And guys... Okay, I'm shutting the window. I'm actually loving it. I just read 100 pages and like it was nothing. Like I literally was like, let me check what page I'm on. 100. Guys... So I read The Love Hypothesis when it came out, when it was popular, and I gave it 5 stars. And then the more I got into my reading journey, the more I realised how awful that book is. And every memory I would get of reading it, I would be like, that's disgusting, that's cringe, why did I like that? And so since then I've never read another Ali Hazelwood book because I just thought, I'm never gonna like any of them, which I don't know why I thought that, because The Love Hypothesis can't have been that bad because I gave it 5 stars when I read it, but every memory I have of it, I cringe. Problematic Summer Romance has been like popping off. Like I've only seen raving reviews about it. And I was like, should I read Not in Love first so I get it, which is I think the one that it's kind of linked to. But I was like, no, because it was only 99p on the Kindle. Because I was looking through my TBR on my Kindle and like the romances I had on there, and I was just not feeling any of them, so I had a little scroll through. I looked through Kindle Unlimited, but I didn't really want any of those, so I just looked through the recommended and it was only 99p and I was like, I'm gonna read it. And guys, I'm having the best time. I'm obsessed with this book. I'm only 100 pages in and it's not going to be a 5-star because I can never rate a funny like rom-com romance 5 stars because they're just never perfect to me. Like I always have an issue, but I don't so far. So who knows? I'm just loving it. I'm loving the setting. The summery Italian setting is to die for. I love romance books set at weddings or set at like friend holidays, like Happy Place, and also Love and Other Words, like when they're set away on holiday. And it's even better when there's a friend group there. And I love all of the side characters and I love the vibes, and I love that you get flashbacks to when they were friends before. I'm only 100 pages in, so I don't know much about their past at all, but I'm loving it. So, I also need to give my thoughts on the favourites because I realised I forgot to do that earlier. So let me set up the tripod real quick. Okay, I don't have a physical copy of the favourites, but I'm holding up my Kindle. The favourites was so fun. I gave it 4 stars when I finished it, but I'm slowly thinking about upping it to 4.5 because I can't stop thinking about it. I also consumed that book. It's 400 pages and I only read it in a couple of hours, so it was so good. I'm having the best time, guys. Even though Dorian Gray was not the vibe, every other book I've read, I've been obsessed with. Like, I've been giggling over. So I wish I could film my reactions to Problematic Summer Romance more, but I just simply don't have the storage to just leave my camera rolling as I read and hope that I start laughing, because I'm obviously not going to fake it. But anyways, back to the favourites. Loved it. I loved the slightly toxic vibe, well, very toxic vibes. I loved the drama. I love ice skating. Like, I love just books about ice skating. I don't know why, I'm just obsessed with them. Like the competition aspect and the athlete vibe going on. I just loved it. I loved the 2 main characters. I do wish you got a bit more of them as children, like falling in love and getting to know each other. Like, you start the book and they're already together, so it's a bit but they're not already together, and then yeah, like, you gotta have to read it to it's kind of like Magnolia Parks in the way that they're broken up but they've already fallen in love, but they're in like yeah, like you don't really see the process of it, and I wish we did see that in the favourites. But it was such good vibes, and I didn't guess the like kind of plot twist that would come up. So that's 3 books that I've given my thoughts on, and then this will be my 4th, because it says I've got 4 hours left. And let me see how much left on the timer, because I don't think it's very long at all. Yeah, so I've got just under 3 hours left of the readathon, and it says 4 hours on the Kindle. So if I didn't have to edit this video, I would absolutely just stay up and finish it. But I've got to edit this video, and I know it's going to take ages. But I'm excited because editing vlog videos are so much more fun than editing sit-down videos. Vlogs, I get to be like artistic. I get to just have all the vibes, and all the clips are so different. It's just, I can't wait. So I'm going to edit that, and then if I'm still awake, I will 100% be finishing this book, because I know I'm about to sit down for the next 3 hours and lock in to finish this. Hopefully it just continues on the good vibes that is going on. Like, I'm just obsessed. Let me give you a brief blurb. We have our main character, Maya. And she is the youngest sister of Eli. And Eli and Rue, which is the wedding we're at, was a romance book that Ali Hazelwood's written before. So their book is just a normal romance book, and then in this book it's set at their wedding a few years in the future, which I think is such a good concept. I don't know why no one has done that. Maybe people have done this, but I think it's so gorgeous. Like, writing a romance book, everyone falling in love with that book and loving that book, and then instead of just a prologue where they're happily married, you get another book with their whole friend group at their own wedding. Like, it's just such good vibes. Anyway, younger sister, and Connor is one of Eli's best friends. He's the best man at the wedding, and it's a destination wedding in Italy, so they're going there for a whole week. And so Maya and Connor, you know the vibes, and it's just brother's best friend at a wedding in Italy. Sorry. And also, what makes it even better is there's an age gap, but it's like a hot age gap. Like, it's not weird. She's not like 18 and he's 40. Like, she's in her 20s, he's in his 30s. And they have not a history. Like, I don't think they have slept together, because they keep insinuating that nothing's happened, but they have a history of being friends. And then they obviously started falling for each other, but then I don't know why he started dating someone else instead, so they stopped speaking. I'm sure that will be revealed. So like, you get flashbacks to how they became friends, which is low-key a fake dating scenario. So you get fake dating, but then you also get them reunited in the present day, and no one else knows they were ever friends, so they're trying to keep it under wraps, but there's the tension, the angst of, oh, guys, I'm obsessed with this book, and I cannot wait to keep reading it. Guys, I can't wait to carry on reading this. Also, the clip I just filmed, I saw, I was not like in the middle of the frame, and it's really annoying me, but I'm not refilming that clip, so it sucks to be you guys. Let's get into my book.